Well, hello YouTube. Today is a beautiful morning and it's the perfect time to start filming a vlog. I am in Argentina, in the city of Buenos Aires. This is the view I have from where I'm staying. And today I will continue my journey through this wonderful country. In just 5 seconds, we'll be at the airport and heading to the cool city of Bariloche. Let's go. So hello YouTube. I've already moved from home to the airport, so the flight will be soon. Part of it wasn't cancelled. There are damn strikes in the city today. Life did everything to prevent this flight from happening, but fortunately, everything worked out well. So in a couple of hours, we'll be taking off. And this is what the airport looks like. This is easy due to the city. All flights were cancelled because actually there are rallies today. In general, any vacation that starts should begin with a bottle of beer at the airport. Otherwise, it's just not a vacation. How many years have I been traveling? This tradition unbreakably travels with me to all countries. By the way, we're flying to Bariloche, and in Bariloche there is a production of this non-alcoholic beer in Patagonia, and we will definitely visit the brewery and see it from the inside. I don't know how today will end, but we were just moved from the plane right before takeoff. By the way, this flight is quite challenging. It happened because of the strikes I already mentioned, and we had to change tickets. And what happened now? We were all taken off the plane, put on a bus, and we are waiting for a new plane. If we board, JetSmart will be very symbolic because it was this airline that cancelled the flight just to reschedule. In short, we arrived. But a new character suddenly appeared in the vlog. We arrived. Thank God we were put on a flight, and here maybe it smells like Mother Russia on the street.
No, it doesn't smell like Russia here.
It smells like frost, but overall the weather is bearable. Now we will go to the hotel, and tomorrow we will go for a walk. So I won't be doing a special room tour, but definitely the balcony. This is the kind of exit here. We'll open it. And you can already hear the noise of the lake. This is how it all looks. I think during the day it will be really cool, chilly, but not deadly. Overall, just fine. Well, morning has come, and now I'll turn the camera around, and you'll be amazed at how awesome it is here. Here it is, what a real good morning looks like. With such a view. It's already autumn here. The trees are even golden colored by the lake. Such islands are visible. And today we will go swimming around them, which will be awesome. The hotel is called Paradise Laga, and we'll see how things go here, go for breakfast and start the first day. In general, we picked up the car and are heading to the first destination. I don't even know what the destination is.
But that's not the point, as well as our guide driver's experience. And of course, there wasn't.
Here we go.
Well, we'll be there in 9 minutes.
Alina met us and treated us to mate. By the way, a cool little cup, perfectly matching the atmosphere around us. And we're driving through such beautiful places. We got lucky with the time of year. It's autumn now. Everything is golden. Honestly, I thought it was always like this here, but it turns out it's not. Here in winter, it's winter with snow. It would be very interesting to come back here in a couple of months to ski. But today we have a slightly different program. so you can show this view. Yes, I see, I'm looking. Very beautiful mountains, very beautiful forest. Oh, I forgot to put the windscreen on the microphone. I'll fix it. We have reached the first point. We wanted to buy tickets here for tomorrow's boat tour, but decided to do it in the morning. So this is the kind of place we are in. Tomorrow I'll film here even better. I'll say this today. We have an interesting night ahead, by the way, in the car. The Ministry of Adventures. We arrived at Sendero Capilla. In short, this place is called Llao. Overall, it's a little forest like this. We left the car along the road. This is how it all looks. Basically, everyone does it this way. And we are heading up this trail. I think we'll be here for about an hour. Here's a sign like this. It tells us here that the length of this trail is 2.9 kilometers, so it takes an hour and a half to walk. I don't know, by the way, if it's a loop or not. Apparently, it's a circular route. Yes, here's the map. It's written right here. And we are setting off, actually, on foot up this mountain. I hope it won't be too muddy there. I wouldn't want to come back later covered in mud, but we'll see how it goes. I have great company. They really love being in video blogs. They say we love being filmed, as long as we don't roll our eyes. But there's just a little bit left. The weather is actually great, very warm. And I don't know why everyone says it's impossible to walk in Barrel, but here it's quite comfortable. Well, yes.
Yes. Prepared.
I love it when Argentinians say something like, "Weren't you born in Russia?" Moros usually responds that she's not a penguin in this situation. Actually, when you watch other people's vlogs, specifically travel ones, they include a lot of cutaways of beautiful places and so on. But I think it's so boring, I always skip it. And such things that are usually shown on YouTube and filmed with a camera, they need to be seen in person, because no camera can convey the views that are visible here. So overall, we have a walking tour. We go from mountain to mountain, climbing up. As long as I can talk, my mouth isn't dry yet. I want to record a little more for you. I wouldn't say that the forests are significantly different from ours that are there in the CIS, but I think we'll come out onto some platform soon where there will be some kind of wow moment, the reason we came, because if I don't reach some kind of peak, it would be strange. Well, I don't know if the girls are here for the first time or not. Nastya has been on this road before. She's already walked it, so no one knows what awaits at the end. Well, on the map, yes, on the map, in general, there were some points marked that we could reach. So maybe we'll get somewhere, or maybe we'll just stroll through the forest and enjoy the birds singing. We've already reached the first spot, and before us opened up such beauty. This is the kind of view that will await you. It started to drizzle a little, actually, but it absolutely doesn't interfere with enjoying all this beauty. We descended here probably for about 40 minutes, and that's why I'm still very pleased. We'll have to climb back up through all this beauty. Unfortunately, we didn't bring any water with us. I think it's fine. My throat will get dry like this. But it was worth it, because the view that opens up here is simply magnificent. Absolutely. I want to share a useful life hack on how to travel in Bariloche. Take a woman with a driver's license with you. Ask her, do you love the driver? Put her behind the wheel and head to the brewery to enjoy some beer, absolutely. You don't stress and you don't get disappointed. It's very convenient. You don't need to call any taxis. Just drive and drink to your heart's content.
Subtitles made by Dimitrozak in collaboration with a highly dedicated team.
we arrived at another viewpoint, and of course there are signs everywhere. Strangely, you can't bring dogs in Argentina. It's considered unsafe. Interesting. I wonder if they made a rule for that dog not to mess around, or just not to dive in there. Look, a guy wants to break the rule. Alina in Bariloche tells the guy he can't ride his bike here. I think he'll just ignore her and ride in anyway. And that's exactly what he did. And here, this is the view that opens up. You can later Google these places on the map if anyone is interested in how they look. It's the third time I'm taking out the camera, thinking I won't film, but with each new spot, new views keep opening up. So this is how everything looks here. It's a very beautiful spot. They sell souvenirs here. Everyone is taking pictures here, of course. And then here, such views open up of Bariloche.
From below, the water. Touching the water, no problem. An axe.
We reached a local village. I'll try to film without a microphone. I think the sound will be fine. There are a lot of various souvenirs here. It's quite interesting. Everything looks very beautiful. Absolutely non-trivial buildings. Beautiful, kind of like a small eco park. Or, I don't know, an area with lots of different cafes inside the mountains. Just around. Golden. Yes, with villages. He is going. Actually, we stopped here to eat. But at the same time, we definitely need to film everything because it looks as beautiful and as cool as possible here. Just every building has its own unique charm. There are a lot of various souvenirs and products here. Probably it's even some kind of antique. I don't think it's intentionally aged. Most likely, it's all genuinely antique. Various clothing is sold here. Cool, by the way, the pants are quite interesting. I might even buy them, but I probably wouldn't wear them. These are, in my opinion, fishing gear, as they are. Fishing tackle, which seems to be quite popular here. If I'm not mistaken, that's probably a trout depicted. And I feel like it's present in all the lakes here. Yes, it's all for fishing.
The fish understands that, of course.
The fish takes out
A set of knives. Knives.
Wow. My dad would absolutely really enjoy this video indeed.
No, exactly. And enjoy.
Smile. Walk.
To them,
In the country. Back then, there was also a hockey player living with you. You don't say. And when it was cold, we shivered when they loved to apply a little bit of both. And I caught a little bit of the ointment. I can be a manager. And they asked.
A lot of stores with various merchandise. By the way, behind us, thank you. Something similar to a restaurant establishment. Apparently, I think we'll find more places to eat, in principle. Actually, throughout Argentina, no matter how much you travel. I wouldn't say these little shops differ much because wherever you go, it's always the same. And the same, and this one actually is no exception. All sorts of magnets, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, cola snacks. Now I showed, wow, what a beautiful spoon. Here. Mugs. Most likely it's all handmade or custom made.
Thank you very much for coming to us. Thank you. Thank you. Pears, they are deeper and more shaded today.
yes, absolutely.
Local resident. You can see that he's homely. So cute. And even though dogs don't like being petted on the head. So we'll have something like lunch in such a wonderful establishment. Now we'll order. Someone will tell me how everything is here. Video stickers, pies, class. Oh, are these mushrooms? It's cute and warm here.
It is now indeed the time to trust. To be continued.
What do you want?
Yeah, something like, I don't know, something about the demosphere?
Something to skip. You don't eat any of this.
Thank you.
You don't need any of this. Today you can have super punches. Others.
Yes, I see, but there's an assistant there which I would steal the shots from.
We can go back. Stop by that place with the fish.
I'm spinning. So that place was closed. So we found this kind of menu. It seems cool there. I'll show you everything. This is what it's called, and it's very cute inside. This is how everything looks here. Such a cute place. Now we will sit down. Finally to eat when they bring the menu and the food. I'll show you everything. There's a great lamb here. I'll probably take it. And the prices are pleasantly cheaper than ours in Buenos Aires. Very cool. So now we are going to eat. When they bring the food, I'll film what they brought us. So every time I travel somewhere, the first thing I look at, of course, is what interests me and everyone else. What's the cost? Where can you go? What to eat? And so on. It's the same here. This will be no exception. You can take a look at the menu. Today is April 11th for us. We entered this establishment actually in the lodge bar. And here are the prices. The exchange rate is currently around 1350 to 1370 pesos per $1. So accordingly, here's the price list. You have lamb, ojo de bife, bandiola, or trout in different variations. So accordingly, that's about $18. Our buyer access prices are higher. Here, accordingly, they are pleasant. Here you can check out the pastas, pizzas, drinks, and so on. That is, I can say that overall it is quite comfortable, and I'm quite satisfied so far. Bariloche, I like everything that's here. But they say the peak season here is winter, when the skiing activities start. And if possible, I'd like to come back here in winter and compare what it will be like in 2 months. The food has already been brought. This is how the dish looks. Ham, cheese, and it looks very tasty. I think that it will taste great too. So for everyone eating, enjoy your meal. And we will also eat. We're heading to the hotel. Tomorrow will be a busy day. Tomorrow we are expecting a trip to a local island in the lake, specifically Victoria, a lake, an island in the lake, in Bosque, Les, or Sochi. Good morning, YouTube. We have a new day, and we have arrived at the main square of the city. I don't know what it's called. It's the Civic Center. Everyone is filming this wonderful landmark, and I don't want to be an exception. It's very beautiful here, very cold. The wind is blowing incredibly. In about an hour, we have our next trip planned. We will go for a boat ride to Victoria Island. But for now, we are here. Basically, probably everyone has already shown this square, but I'll show it and comment on it. I really like the construction of this format. I don't know if they really preserved it from ancient times or if it's all been rebuilt in modern times, but it looks very beautiful. There is a wonderful monument here. For some reason it's painted, for reasons unknown. Probably there was another protest in the city and it was splattered with paint. In general, in Argentina, this is absolutely not surprising. And from this square, there is a beautiful view of the lake. By the way, I think this is the St. Bernard check. I saw it on someone's YouTube.
Is there a younger one there too?
As far as I understand, this is the whole square. There's a place to walk around. We will go there. Well, the square is cool. Actually, I found this kind of inscription. It says here that it was founded in January 1964, the time of 1964 year, but obviously it was restored. I will need to translate this plaque later and see what it says overall. But it looks interesting. Overall in Argentina, there is actually a lot of similar history in Argentina, and there is a lot to see. And actually, many cities are quite similar to each other because overall, the architecture throughout the city is more or less the same. The only exception is in Buenos Aires, where there is a huge variety of buildings, both modern and old, preserved. As for the provinces, how many have I already traveled around? Well, it seems like more or less everywhere, everything is the same. In general, we will now get to the rapa, and we'll see what this rapa is. But this is probably one of the main ice creams in Argentina, though not the tastiest in my opinion. I prefer the one at Spita. They have more variety. I like it more. Their ice cream is very sweet, while at Siena it's somewhat more natural. So that's just my subjective opinion. Now we'll get there and I'll show it to you. We've reached Rapanui. Actually, this is what it looks like. This is the establishment here. And next door is the Mamuschka. We'll get there later. And on Mamuschka, there are matryoshkas depicted. Cool, it was unexpected to see them.
Oh, you're seeing a matryoshka for the first time.
Although at Beiris, of course, I didn't know as much as I would have liked to know at that particular moment. Wow, it's big. This is not Rapana, this is Rapanui, and there's a whole... Wow, there's actually a skating rink inside. Wow, this place, how many people can fit in here? Cool. Yes, we have a whole hour.
Let's take a good look in much more comprehensive detail, and I'll thoroughly show you right now at this moment.
Oh, there's a bunch of sweet and tasty stuff, and
In the cafe, it's very tasty. Oh,
they're not ready to play. It looks cool, very nice. And there's decent food apparently, considering there's cheese quesadilla. Here it seems they can put different toppings. Dulce de leche is boiled condensed milk, raspberry, blueberry, and frutisha is strawberry. Let's order something now. I would probably get a coffee too. I wonder if they have coffee here.
well, super. Pops, delicious and creamy chocolate ice cream, and cheap and affordable.
I think you can choose any flavor you like here. You have a chocolate brownie on its own.
So it just doesn't overpower it?
But it looks like a 10 out of 10. Ask. No need. Look, brownie with topping, with raspberries, with vanilla ice cream. You understand? It feels like they just blended raspberries and mixed it with some ice cream. Actually, the next equally interesting place is the Mamuschka Cafe. In fact, it has Russian roots. And this establishment is over 30 years old. Unfortunately, I couldn't find information about its founding, but online it says that this cafe was actually founded by Russian people, and all the matryoshkas supposedly that are here were brought from Russia and so on. Honestly, I find it hard to believe, but that's how it is. The vendors look quite interesting. They actually remind me of Patagonia. We are heading to Victoria Island, and it will be more interesting there. So we got tickets for a liner boat or whatever it will be, I don't know, to Victoria Island. And we are already boarding, so to speak.
National park and boarding tax. You have to pay there additionally.
So in total, we paid 240,000 pesos for the tickets for the island and the service. And just now we paid another 22,600 pesos. I remind you, the exchange rate is 1 to 350 now for impostas, which are like taxes.
This is the entrance to the national park.
Because you are entering the national park.
I was riding, so it's like taxes.
Well, there you go.
Sorry, I got squeezed in here. And fortunately, we have a discount card, because if we didn't have the discount card, we would have paid 20,000 each, plus some additional amount of 20 plus 4,600 from each. So we would have paid 48 or 49,200, 49,200. But for us, it came out to 22,800. That's because we have the discount card, and it's wonderful. And now we're all heading to the boat. This is what boarding looks like. There's already a crowd of people here. Of course, we're running late. But it seems everything is fine. Wow, such a big catamaran. I haven't sailed on such big catamarans yet. It looks interesting. Outside we didn't freeze, but we did get cold, so we'll go inside. As the latecomers, we have to take the worst seats.
Maybe we should go up and take a look.
Oh, there's the staircase.
No. Well, okay.
There. It's interesting. He carried something. He was drying out. Let's say he might have to.
Initially, they said we couldn't go out and film, but it seems like everyone is doing it, so I think I can do it too.
Exactly. Yes.
Some people even went upstairs during the journey. This is how the whole story looks, basically. You can sit here. It's very beautiful. I don't know how well the microphone captures the sound, but I think I can be heard perfectly.
Hey, I wanted to. It's really cool. It's cold. Run quickly. Yes, it's really windy here, but it's very cool. The wind is just crazy. Well, of course, everything got splashed with water. Potent. Force to extension. Potent. Force to extension. But inside it's really cozy. Inside it's really warm. But it was worth going out. The beauty around is unreal.
I don't know. Unfortunately, it's impossible to film through the windows because they're foggy, but you can't stand outside for long.
It really blew through quite well, actually. They know how to do all this.
We arrived at the first stop. We were strictly instructed to return on board in 30 minutes. This is the first island. Such views are opening up. We are greeted by a beautiful sign saying welcome, and our first route takes about 30 minutes and is, I believe, only 800 meters long, so it will clearly not be difficult to walk it. And now let's see what it will be like. I think they said there are 3 trails here. The first is circular, the second goes up, and the third is some kind of swimming trail. I didn't quite understand it completely. Well, yes, apparently it will indeed take 800 meters. We landed docked at the final point of our journey for today. This is Victoria Island, the largest island of this lake. A lot of interesting things are written about it. Then,
What is it?
the woman who acts as a guide on the ferry that brought us here, she was saying that this island has been renamed many times. But I read through ChatGPT actually that it was named Victoria Island in honor of, in fact, Queen Victoria of Great Britain. For some reason, GPT doesn't have information about it being renamed to Crap Mountain once. But, however, that's the case. Now it is called Victoria Island. Here, in the 20th century, they conducted an experiment, planting a bunch of different trees. Overall, you can see that indeed. This is the view. Overall, yes, you don't even need to go far to see. It's just visible from here that there is a lot of different vegetation planted here. And growing and flourishing. Also, they say that some Olia rock paintings from the Indians who lived here a long time ago have been preserved. I don't know the truth of the population. I don't know if we actually see them or not, because I haven't heard the guide say anything about it. Indians, not drawings of the Indians. We are unlikely. To be honest, while I'm recording the video, I'm looking at the screen and capturing which shots are being conveyed to you. It looks very powerful and vibrant. Cool. It just happened to be at twilight. Felt the power. I wonder how old this thing is. So, actually, found this art. It was drawn by the Indians. I don't know where exactly it is depicted inside this rock, but we'll take their word for it that it's here because that's what it says. At least, let's look along this wall now to see what's happening here in general. Maybe we too will manage to see and understand something. Well, honestly, I think that if they really found something here, they wouldn't allow people such free access. Because when people touch it, it usually wears away quickly.
It has been preserved for so long, it's unlikely that just because someone touches it, it will be affected.
No, usually they protect such stories very carefully. Yes,
Thank you.
just a couch.
They were examining the report. Is it this one?
Probably.
Exactly. So it would wear away?
In general, very large. I have doubts that it's true. I think that it's here. Yes, there's still a fence here. I believe this story, but here I found nothing. I mean, I really don't see it. Yes, indeed. But if it's a local, Juan drew it, of course. The girl guide who was talking to us on the ferry, she just said that these big trees that were planted on the trail were brought here from St. Petersburg. Can you imagine? Either she wanted to please us and lied, or it's true. So,
Because as I was walking, I really felt some Russian spirit there, indeed, truly.
a familiar scent. So, the world is a very small place, it turns out. Actually, damn, it's noisy. It's noisy here. I really want to keep this view in my memory because I've sailed to many islands already. This is probably my third or fourth, even islands. The first ones were in Cyprus, the second in Thailand on Phi, the third in the Dominican Republic. Each of these trips, islands, are truly unique, simply. They look completely different, and here is no exception. And the view that here is conveyed, it looks really great. Many say that Bariloche is the Argentine Switzerland, and indeed, after the trip to this particular island, you want to agree with that? That indeed you are somewhere at the foot of a mountain, surrounded by mountains everywhere, barren trees, dark forests, and everything looks as beautiful as possible. It's very interesting. I've just never seen anything like it anywhere else. So, if you are in Bariloche and have an extra $100 per person, definitely go. I recommend it. And if you want some advice, probably take food with you, because the food available on the ship isn't very good and everything is overpriced. And of course, that's why you should take food and thermoses with you and enjoy the journey. Actually, the trip took 4.5 hours, but it wasn't enough time because we didn't manage to, for example, walk around the entire island during the stop. Las Victoria Island, to be precise. I advise you to come and in a hurry, walk around and see it immediately. Otherwise, you simply won't have time.
Networks on Aroma Kiev. In Kiev, it became the most, why is it the most life, why? Well, okay, so such is the address.
Today is the final day of our wonderful journey, and we came to ride horses at the brewery. And the stables, it turns out, are called wisely. It all looks like this here. A very beautiful, cozy, I would even say, farm. They have various machines here. Some kind of oven. Turkeys are walking around the area, if I'm not mistaken. And now I'll turn the camera. There will be many horses. As far as I understand, they are already being prepared for the ride. So, and now I think they will give us some kind of briefing before we go there. They are slowly preparing the horses for us. This horse, of course, is a real beauty. Actually, can I not have him? Although he probably gets tired faster than anyone. Wow, he's like a boy on steroids. Oh, that's how I'll be climbing up too. It's even worse. Beauty. That's the story. Let's see how it turns out today to ride as interestingly as possible. I've actually wanted to try this for a long time, and today will be my first time. So we've already mounted the horses, and in 10 minutes they said we would go. My horse's name is Bombil. Damn, it's cool. Bro, where are you going, buddy? I don't really believe we'll be able to film anything along the way, but if we make some stops, that would be great. But I definitely won't be holding the camera on the horse. I feel like I'll lose it on the first little hill. I don't know. My bombil doesn't want to stand still and is always moving somewhere. Bombil, what do you know with your... It's still possible to film, so I'll be showing it little by little. Mine and I were bombing. We're moving quite smoothly and he walks pretty comfortably. This is really cool, amazing. How long ago I wanted to ride horses and now here I am. A 4-hour ride is just the best, especially in such places. Brother, I lost weight for this day. Believe me, it's remarkable that for the first time I met a gaucho. That's what they call these Argentine cowboys. About a year ago, when by chance my friends and I went to a festival and in a village, and there was actually a gaucho festival with thousands of horses and thousands of these epic flamboyant guys all dressed in the same outfit with wide-brimmed hats. I would point to the person riding in front of me, but I'll probably just include a shot in the video. They wear wide-brimmed hats, special pants, a costume, and they often hold festivals. In general, gauchos, let's go from a mix of indigenous people and Europeans. As far as I remember, they started around the 18th century to settle here and established a sort of cult of the freedom-loving person. The word gaucho comes from the indigenous language. It translates to something like wanderer or free person. They led a kind of nomadic lifestyle, and now they continue to preserve these traditions. They have annual gatherings in a small village not far from Buenos Aires. So every year, a huge festival takes place, and they organize horse races, and there are certain games, naturally with winners and so on. And afterwards, they dance all night in the square, sing, drink, have fun, and so on. I participated in all of this probably a year ago, and maybe from there I have a passionate idea was born to try riding horses and to adapt a little to this culture. So a year later, here I am, riding a horse in some forest in Bariloche. It's just an unforgettable story. And I hope that I will be able to continue all this and try, when I return to Buenos Aires, to sign up for equestrian sport of horse walking and adapt even more to this culture. In general, I am thrilled and recommend everyone to experience such emotions and make the most of all the benefits offered to you by any given country and Argentina. It's precisely about mate, horses, gauchos, wine, about relaxation and a calm lifestyle, and so on. Many people say that. Now I'll turn the camera back. Many people say that in Argentina they relax there. They can't stay focused in a work vibe and so on. But in reality, Buenos Aires itself offers quite a working, dynamic atmosphere. And when you leave the city, you can go somewhere to Bariloche, Mendoza, or other areas. Well, you slow down, yes, and I think it's normal and right and cool. So sometimes it's actually very beneficial. We passed through a deep forest and came out onto a long road. Maybe now we'll even go a little faster. The walk continues. Cool, my little guy. I already forgot his name. Bombil. Bombil is being a bit mischievous. He reminds me somewhat of my Bruno, the dog, in terms of character, because he constantly stops to pick something up, bite something, and so on. I have to pull him back and nudge him to keep moving forward. But it's fun. I enjoy interacting with him. So we are opening a new location. To our right, there is a lake. Alongside it, there are these cliffs. And now a view of the lake will open up. Look at how beautiful it is. Simply indescribable landscapes. The walk has been going on for probably about an hour and a half, maybe even more. We have covered quite a large distance, and we are moving further. We continue our loop. My companion seems to have calmed down, behaving quite decently, grumbling occasionally, but overall, everything is very good. Now I will turn the camera around. There will be an incredible carpet, yellow autumn, golden. Look. While I'm filming this video, I'm actually envious of myself because the views are simply charming. Look at this beauty. We are very lucky with the time of year because in Bariloche usually in winter there's snow, in summer it's just cool. But now there's this colorful autumn because of the fact that there are a huge number of trees. Different ones, they all show themselves differently. There. And my dear friend decided to go eat. I think he can be allowed to do this. He is a great guy today. Well, he did a good job. There. Well, apparently we are getting off. The horses will rest. They brought food for them. Probably the last long stop. Now we will go back. This is Lake Perry. There is an arena. As far as I understand from what is written on the internet, it is warm. You can swim here. They usually rent kayaks here. People swim. Actually, the visibility is not the right weather to do it now, but the view opens up. It's beautiful here. It's beautiful everywhere here. Yes, I don't know a place here that would be just ugly because everything looks amazing and cool everywhere. So my bum, I rested. They loosened my sheath because it turns out when I got off this beautiful horse, my knees started to hurt. Now they've lowered them down for me. And now it looks much more comfortable. Our group is waiting to be seated on their horses. Meanwhile, I've already jumped onto the bombil. Bombil is a handsome one, of course. By the way, it seems like he's a bit tired already as we approached here. I hope he has rested, and now we'll ride a bit more lively with him. While we were riding the horses, some kind of festivity, fair, or celebration has formed here. I don't know. They are preparing musical instruments. Probably going to play. There's a bonfire. People are slowly gathering. The guys are playing. And we are heading to the local restaurant. We ordered beer to try from this table, of course. And now we will eat meat and drink beer. This is how the place looks. The prices here are also, by the way, quite decent, pleasant. Beer is around 5,000 pesos. Beef is 24,000 pesos. The establishment inside looks in this format. Here, there are beer barrels, of course. There's a lot of seating. And such an atmosphere that they already brought it to me. Actually, I've already tried it. It's great. It's an American ale. And it's really great in all of Bariloche, as much as I've tried. So far, everything has been really great, super awesome, delicious, smooth. But in general, it's like this throughout Argentina, meaning even in Buenos Aires, it's not a problem to find good beer. I'm simultaneously posting content on Instagram, trying to shoot both vertically and horizontally. They brought us food. This is carrot puree. Oh, this is ribeye. In our CIS community, it's called A. And Nastia has healthy food. Fats, carbohydrates, and proteins, it turns out. Then with beer, we'll eat and at 4 a.m. early in the morning, we're comfortably sitting at the airport. The journey has come to an end, and we are reflecting on our experiences as we wait patiently for our flight. As they usually say here, some kind of review, basically. Everything went great. Everything planned. It was completed in full. No problems arose throughout all the days. Bariloche left a pleasant impression. So come, enjoy, and relish this great place. All the excursions and tours, establishments here are excellent. And
Until we meet again soon, YouTube.